Well, in today's class, I'm going to explain areas of complex figures. Complex figures. So, what are complex figures means? First of all, let me copy a picture. This is the picture, the map of United States. Okay, so here I see that all these states are like pieces of cakes, but some of the states are not really, they're not having the proper shape. Like you look at the Texas, this one is not having a proper geometrical shape. So, how can we find the area of this? Suppose if you take maybe Kansas, it's just in the shape of a rectangle, so you can find the area easily. Okay, and when it comes to Arizona, it is also almost in the shape of a rectangle. It's easy to find the area. You take New Mexico, it's in the shape of a rectangle almost except the edges. Colorado, Utah, these all are the perfect shapes. But when it comes to Nevada, you please see that this Nevada, this is in the shape of the combination of a rectangle and a triangle, right? So basically, you know that if you are given a rectangle or a square, this is the rectangle and this is the shape of a square. And in case if I give a triangle, you know how to find the area of a triangle too, right? So these all are the regular shapes. Well, coming back to this one, let's say that what is the area of a rectangle means area of a rectangle equals to length times width. You know, next area of a triangle equals to half times base times height. Next, area of square equals to side times side. If you can remember these three rules, for sure you can solve this kind of complicated questions too. Suppose if you are asked to find what is the area of Nevada, easily you can compute. You can compute. I'm going to explain how to find the area of irregular shapes, especially the complex questions. So let me take a couple of questions. You may get a doubt that really, where are we going to use the knowledge of finding the area of rectangle, area of square, area of triangle means you see that the sails, there are two boats here. You see that and the sails, you see that these are in the shape of a triangle. So here we have to use the formulas to find the areas. Well, let me take area of some complex questions. Well, in this question, you have to analyze the diagram. This is in the shape of the combination of two rectangles. So you may divide this way. Oops, I'm sorry. So you may divide this one like two rectangles. Do you see that? So let's say that this is one rectangle I'm shading, and this is another rectangle. This one is the other rectangle. So You find the area of both the rectangles and then you add them. Then you may get a doubt, can I compute this way? Can I compute this way? So that this is one rectangle and the bottom one is another rectangle. Do you see that? Then which way shall I solve this problem means, let me copy this diagram once again and we'll see which is the better option. So let me copy this one once again. Suppose, let me consider that I'm taking this way. This is one option, and the other option is I can consider this way also. This way also. So anyhow, either way, I see that I got two figures, right? I mean two rectangles. So which is practically possible, which is doable? Let's see that. So let me consider this one also. Okay, so let me use a different color code. So first of all, you have to make a plan. You have to make a plan which method works. Which method works, that's what you have to plan. You know, this is how you can make into two rectangles. After that, this is very important point. Please pay attention. I know that a length of this rectangle is 16 and width is also 16. Therefore, I can compute what is the area of this, because length times width gives me the answer. And here length is given as 8. I don't know what is the width of this. Then how to figure out? Well, so let's leave this one for a while and we'll think of the second one. The second question, I mean the second method is, I see that length of this blue rectangle is 16 units and width is 8. Therefore, can I compute this one? Means obviously yes, I can compute this one because I know length and width, right? Even in the previous diagram, I can compute this one. Then can I compute this one? Means the answer is no, because I don't know the width part. In the same way, wait, please. So, coming to the next part, what is the length of this one? I don't know. And what is the width of this one? I don't know. So here you have to think. Again, I'm repeating. In the first diagram, we know that length and width of this part, and you have to figure out what is the width of this one. How means, listen carefully. Here, I know that this is 16 inches. I know that this is 16 inches, right? If it is 16 inches means the opposite side is supposed to be 16 inches. The opposite side is supposed to be 16 inches. But out of 16 inches, I see that this is 8 inches. Now, can you guess what is the remaining part means? Yes, you can. I repeat again. Let me show this part separately. Say that this is, give me a sec. Let me take that, let me take it a little thicker. Okay, so I know that this is, oops. So this is starting and this is the ending part. This is 16 inches. Out of 16, we know that this is 8 inches. 8 inches. So what is the remaining means? Obviously you can compute in your mind. I'm sure you can. So this is going to be 8. Now I know that length is 8 units, width is 8 units, therefore I can figure out what is the area of the second figure, which is a square, because the length is 8 and width is 8, therefore I can call it as a square. Even if you consider it as a rectangle, no issue. So this is how you have to figure out the missing sides. Again, as I mentioned before, the first one, yes, I know the length and width, then I can compute this one. The measurements are 16 here, and the second one is the width is 8 here. When it comes to second one, what is the length means? We don't know. But observe carefully that this part is 16. Therefore, I can consider the opposite sides are equal. Therefore, this is going to be 16 units, and this one is you see that the remaining portion, this is 8. So 16 and 8 means total, that comes to 16 and 18. The total length is going to be 24 units. This is how you are supposed to compute. Now I know the length. How about the width means? Already I discussed with you in the previous diagram. That is you know this is 16 inches, and you know that some portion is this is 8 inches. Please see that opposite sides are equal. I know it is a little confusing. If this is 8 inches, then the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal, therefore this is also is going to be 8, right? And the total is 16 inches. If this portion is 8 inches means, what is the remaining part means? Just you take away. If you take away, then you'll get this one also 8. Now, the second diagram, I know that length is 24 and width is 8. Then I can compute what is the area. Okay, so let me solve this one. Okay, so I see that there are two figures. So area of the first one is you can say that the length times width are the side times side. It is not sid times side. So it is 16 times 16. Then you can compute this one. Let me quickly grab my calculator. Uh, so this is 256 square inches, or inches square. The second part is now I'm computing this figure. Area equals to, you can take side into side, length times width, it's one and same, which is 8 times 8, that gives me 64 square inches. Now when you sum up, when you add these two values, that gives you the total area of the complex figure to 260 and 60, 320 square inches. Now I solved this way. How about if I solve this one in the second method? Second method means, I see that there are two figures. So this is the area first one, and next this is the second one. So let me compute this way. What is area means? It is length times width. So what is length means? I see that 16 units. What is width means? It is 8 units. So 16 times 8, it is 128 square inches. And next, the second diagram is again area equals to, it is a rectangle, therefore let me take length times width. So length, I see that 24 inches times width is I see that it's not 18, it is 8 inches and 192 square inches. As I mentioned before, when you add these two areas, then you'll get the total area. So 128 plus 192, this is 300 square inches. Now, whatever the method you choose, either the first way or the second way, you see that you are getting the same answer. So you have to cut the given figure vertically or horizontally, means it depends. Either way you can do it, still you will end up with the same answer. Okay. So I see that in this diagram, if I am drawing a line vertically, I see that there are two figures, two rectangles. This is one, and this is the other one. So I see that there are two rectangles. When you solve it, I strongly recommend show the necessary working. The first one, I see that it is a rectangle, therefore area of rectangle equals to length times width. So what is length means, you see that it is 8 units. Then what is width means, it is 3 units. 8 times 3 equals to 24 square units. So here the units are not mentioned. Let's say that square units. Now, second figure is here. What is the length means? This is how you have to think. I see that there are some three portions. This is 2 units. So let me write that that is 2, and this is 4. This is 4. But please notice that some portion is missing in between here. I see that that is equals to 3. So let me write once again in detail. I know that this is 2 units and this one is 3 units because opposite sides are equal. I repeat, opposite sides are equal. If it is 3 units, then this one also must be 3, and this one is 4 units. So what is the total length means? 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 4, it is 9. Therefore, this is going to be 9 units. So length is 9 here and width is, you see that, 2. So area equals to length times width. Let me plug in these values. 9 units times 2. 9 times 2, that gives me 18 square units. As I mentioned before, if you want the total area, you have to take the sum of these two. So 24 plus 18, 34 and 8, 42 square units. Okay, now I see that this diagram is the combination of two figures. One is so I'm drawing a vertical line and I see that this one is a rectangle. So the first part is a rectangle and the second one is this is a triangle. Okay, now you may write separately, like this one is computed here. Area of rectangle. Let me move this one down so that I'll have more space, equals to length times width. Always I suggest you to write the formula every time. Length is 12 units here, so that goes here, 12, and next width is 6 inches, this is 6 inches, that value goes here, so width is 6 inches, 12 times 6, that gives me 72. Don't forget, while computing the area, it should be expressed in square units. Next, coming to the upper portion, which is the shape of a triangle. Uh, always, please write the complete formula. Area of triangle. So when you write the formula, you will never make a mistake. Half times base times height. So half times, what is the base means? Base is not known. But you know that in a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Therefore, if it is 12 units, obviously this is also is going to be 12 units, because opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. And what is the height means? Is it 9 units? So I see that here 9 is given. Then please look at the. Oops, I'm sorry, it's not. Oh, let me try. Okay, yeah, this is 9 units. And I see that the opposite side it's given as 6 units. 6 units. Therefore, you can sense that this is 6 units. Therefore, this is also is going to be 6, because in a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Therefore, what is the remaining value means? You can say that it is from 9, take away 6, then you'll get that 3 units. Therefore, this is going to be 3 units. Now, what is base means? That's going to be 12 units here. So half times base is 12 times. What is height means? You see that height is 3 units. I repeat, the height of this triangle is 3 units here. That value is to be substituted here. Therefore, 3. I know that 12 times 3, that gives me 36. Half of 36 is going to be 18 square inches. Now, the sum of these two areas, that gives me the total area. Therefore, you may add them. Then it is going to be 90 square inches. Okay. Now, let's see how to find the area of this figure. I see that this diagram can be split into 3 parts. One is the rectangle in the middle, and the second one is the triangle part, and next one is and the triangle. So I divided this one into 3 portions. So let me write that. The first one is I see that it's a triangle. Therefore, area of a triangle, it is half times base times height. So half times, I see that base is 5 units and height is 2 units. So half of 5 times 2, which is half of 10, that gives me 5 square millimeters. The second one is in the shape of a rectangle. So area of a rectangle, that is length times width. Length is you see that 14 units. Width is 5 units. So 14 times 5, that gives me 70 square units. This one is another triangle, and I see that the measurements are the same as the first one. Therefore, area of a triangle equals to half times base times height. The same base like the previous triangle, that gives me 5 units. Height is 2 units. So half times 5 times 2, that is half of 10. So 5 square units. Now, to get the total area, I have to add all these three values. So 5 plus 70, 75 and 5. So the total area is 80 square units, or 80 square millimeter square. That's it.